participants and guests are requested to take up their seats. Shortly, we are going to start our program.
What does it take to be an engineer? Multifaceted minds and its manifestation in thought, perception, imagination, innovation, skills, and the passion to push boundaries in solving problems. By nature, they are unique individuals, reductionists, hard workers, making others' lives easy. And that's where MCKV Institute of Engineering comes from. Making an engineer from a high school senior. Since its inception in the year 1999, MCKV Institute of Engineering has come a long way in producing world-class engineers.
Last 14 years, we are providing education to the aspirant engineers, combining modern technological lessons with the real flavor of classical theme to prepare them ready for the industry.
The Institute inherits the values and foresights of the renowned Mirzamul Chhaganlal Kejriwal Charity Trust that it keeps passing on to its students through their teaching. Located at an easily accessible point of Lilua in Howrah, MCKV Institute of Engineering is easy to commute from Kolkata and Howrah station. MCKV Institute of Engineering offers 6 UG programs in automobile engineering, electronics and communication engineering, electrical engineering, computer science and engineering, information technology, and mechanical engineering. MTech in electronics and communication engineering with specialization in communication, computer science and engineering, automotive technology, VLSI design, and master in computer application. The ideal classrooms equipped with audio-visual systems, labs geared by cutting-edge technology, and highly rich library with a large collection of books and journals of international repute have made the Institute of Engineering provide the students with the best possible studying ambience. The teacher-student interactive sessions perform the perfect learning procedure, while the personal grooming and English communication skill development sessions make the students industry-ready in its true sense. Recognized by the Department of Technical Education, Government of West Bengal, MCKV Institute of Engineering is also approved by the All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE. Automobile engineering and information technology courses are accredited. MCKV Institute of Engineering has been granted the prestigious World Bank grant for technical education. The Automobile Engineering Department deserves special mention as it is designed keeping the enormous growth of this sector and ever-increasing demand of expertise. The collaboration with automobile giants like Eicher and Hyundai, etc. has empowered MCKV Institute of Engineering to provide the students with hands-on training experience. A full-fledged degree engineering course has been pioneered to educate the aspiring engineers and make them competent winners. Other initiatives for academic excellence. Excel Certificate Partner of Ericsson, Campus Connect Partner of Infosys, DSPLM Center of Excellence, FDP through Wipro Mission 10X, Student Chapter of IET UK, CSI, SAE, IE India, Internet Society of Kolkata Chapter for developing technical projects. Participation in Innovative Project Design Competition, Technotica, and Annual Robotics Competition, Vahan, Inter-School Go-Kart Competition, AWIM, and SAE Competition, E-Cycle is a part of life at MCKV Institute of Engineering. The campus of MCKV Institute of Engineering has hostel for girls and boys, playgrounds, yoga center, gym, canteen, common room with indoor game setups, which allow the students to enjoy their years of study and make the period the best 4 years of their lives. In order to instill a sense of service to the society, the MCKV Rotaract Club exerts itself to serve the underprivileged section of the society. Blood donation camps, awareness programs, literacy campaigns, pollution control are regular part of the academia. Swami Vivekananda Center for Positive Thinking helps enhance moral values among the young generation through teachings, inspiring thoughts, and the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda. The students of MCKVIE have won accolades at various projects and competitions for their outstanding performances. In the annual Science and Technical Fair cum competition organized by Birla Industrial and Technological Museum in Kolkata, our students win prizes every year. Our Baha team won national awards for manufacturing off-road and rough terrain vehicles. Because of their regular social activities and achievements at the field of engineering, MCKV Institute of Engineering always shares a strong media presence across dailies and other publications. Corporate Relations and Talent Transformation Cell takes charge of job placements by continuously scouting for opportunities with aspiring students. MCKV Institute of Engineering imparts a holistic training schedule for students with programs like soft skill development, interview-facing techniques, technical ability test, all in order to turn them into eligible candidates for current market-leading organizations. MCKV Institute of Engineering encourages students to attend technical paper presentation, symposia, seminars, debate, extempore, quiz and cultural program for demonstrating their talents at dancing, singing, acting and sports. At MCKV Institute of Engineering, we believe in tuning simple minds with crazy ideas to turn them into reality. Not just nourishing their common sense and individuality, but also developing a continuous collective job effort. Through practical experiences and study all over the years, our students at MCKV Institute of Engineering have acquired these principles and mastered
to win,
to pioneer.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome to the first chapter of NEXUS, technically speaking, a reunion jam of mind-stirring discussion session with the brilliant gems that raise the glory of the institution to heights. The evening will take a start with the auspicious Ganesh Vandana, followed by lightning of lamp by our guest. May I now request our Director Sir, Dr. Paushar Bandyopadhyay, our Principal Sir, Dr. Ashok Kumar, Mr. Abhay Kejriwal, our guest of honor, Mr. Amitabh Mohan, and our chief guest, Mr. Shupatno Moitro, Secretary BNCCI, to please inaugurate the session.
गणाध्यक्षाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि.
We now request our director sir, our principal sir, our chief guest and our guest of honor to take their seats. Thank you. May I now request Bias Majumdar to present a flower bouquet to our chief guest, Mr. Suparno Maitro, Secretary BNCCI. Ms. Shravana Chakravarti will present the flower bouquet to our guest of honor, Mr. Amitabh Mohan. Bias Majumdar again present the flower bouquet to our director sir. Shomana will present the flower bouquet to our principal sir. MCKV Institute of Engineering is an engineering story of excellence, carefully stitched in with the experience and caliber of Shri Kishan Kumar Kejriwal, Vice Chairman, MCKV Group of Institutions, our very own KK sir. Sir has glorified us with his words that has always inspired and our students to reach the heights of educational and professional success that we are standing upon today. We regret to inform you that due to his preoccupation, sir is unable to attend the program. May I now request our director sir to start with the welcome address. Director sir, please.
A very good evening and welcome to all dignitaries and my dear alumni present here today. I welcome you all in today's interaction session. I express my sincere thanks to Mr. Suparno Maitro, Secretary of BNCCI, and Mr. Amitabh Mohan, Director HLS India, for agreeing to take part in tonight's session on Technically Speaking, the first chapter of NEXUS. We are highly excited to earn the valuable knowledge from both of your vast experience and exposures through this interesting discussion session tonight. I hope that the insights we gain in this interaction will help our students to groom and bloom themselves in the upcoming days of their professional life. I am extremely happy that our institute is organizing such a wonderful, mind-stirring discussion session on entrepreneurships and innovations. In today's context, this is one such challenging professional profile where technocrats can skillfully work on to become successful entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship primarily deals with motivation and passion while standing upon the backbone of technical knowledge. As a responsible human being, we need to pursue our social commitment with the capability of leading the community through business development infused with cutting-edge technology inputs. Now, hello alumnus, it seems just a few days ago when you were a student of MCKVIE, you start making mistakes and learning from them were common with all of you. It is lovely to see the paths of success you have reached now. An MCKVian always stays an MCKVian. Reputation of MCKVIE as an outstanding engineering institution in Eastern region is evident from its bright students and its distinguished alumni. The progress that have made in last 16 years by your institution is praiseworthy. Because the true spirit and enthusiasm MCKV lies in resketching the sketched mechanisms to build the innovation and inventions for uplifting the common standard of life and thinking. It is not the distance that we travel, but the roads that have created by us and developed as MCKVian. Our every step forward to growing, bloom brighter with our students moving ahead and step by step from mountain to mountain. We feel so blessed with all your presence in the first chapter of NEXUS MCKV. NEXUS MCKV is growing and will be growing bigger with you, and your achievements. MCKV is truly glorified is you all. The participation of alumni with their innovative thinking inputs in this wonderful session would invoke a meaningful impact while gaining important viewpoints on the growth direction of entrepreneurship in West Bengal. Before I conclude and we start on with the discussion, let us keep in our mind that this interaction is an open platform for sharing all of our viewpoints. This is a platform to learn the basic as well as the advancement of industry for manifesting India as a true knowledge society in bigger way. I hope those who are participating in this program will be gaining insightful knowledge on entrepreneurship and innovation. I believe this mind-stirring discussion session will help the Institute further in the process of grooming students for letting them shine successfully as an entrepreneur in future. Again, thank you all for being here amidst all your valuable engagements and positively responding to our heartful invitation. I welcome you all in this memorable interaction conducted by MCKVIE. I expect all of you to actively participate in this discussion and enjoy this brainstorming ORD evening. All the best and wish you all a very happy Bengali New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your lovely words of inspiration and encouragement. After Director, sir, I would now like to call upon to stage our chief guest, Mr. Suparno Maitro, Secretary of Bengal National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, for speaking on entrepreneurship and innovation for the industry. Just like to give a short introduction about Mr. Suparno Maitro. Mr. Maitro brings with him over 25 years of experience of working with the industry, government, academia, and civil society, with more than a decade spent at different national trade bodies in various capacities. He was earlier the Eastern Region Head for NASSCOM, the sole advocacy institution for the country's IT and IT-enabled service arena. His responsibilities include promoting the interest of the IT BPO industry in the geography. He looks after by engaging with key stakeholders, which include governments in the different states, academia, civil society, and the media. He was a member of the IT advisory group on software and hardware of the government of West Bengal, chaired by Mr. Sam Petroda, as well as a member of Navadigantika Industrial Township Authority, an urban local body of the government of West Bengal. In addition to this, he was also a member of the expert committee of the Bighan Nagar municipality. It's an urban local body of the government of West Bengal, and an advisory member of the West Bengal Police, North Chobbish Pargana district. Currently, Mr. Moitra is the secretary of the Bengal National Chamber of Commerce and actively associated with the industries in the eastern region. Mr. Moitra, please.
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। শনিবার দিন সন্ধেবেলায় আমি জানি না এরকম ডিসকাশনটা কেন, পয়লা বৈশাখ হচ্ছে, ক্রিকেট চলছে, তারপরে ফ্যান শাহরুখ খানের রিলিজড হয়েছে। সো আই থিঙ্ক উই হ্যাভ ফরগটেন এভরিথিং অ্যান্ড উই হ্যাভ গট ডাউন টু বিজনেস। I don't know whether this is the right thing to do on a Saturday evening, so I would like to know that do you support, and I think you're supporting your director, and you have come here in large numbers, I can see that. So you have proved that the basic love of all Indians, cricket, crime, and the other things of politics could be left behind, and MCKVIE has acted as a great stickiness quotient. So congratulations to all of you. A lot of introduction has been given, but let me tell you first to start with, I'm a big fan of the institution that you represent. And when we are having this program, Amitabhji is a good friend. We were trying to debate that why we have used the word nexus out here. Would anyone please say a few words on why you have used the word nexus. I hope it's a holy nexus, but why the word nexus? Any idea? Sir, would you say why this word nexus? I want to know from you before we start. It's an interactive thing, so. Okay, there's always an alternative available, so yeah. So I want to hear from you, sir.
Yeah, this is the
Amitabh
first
ji,
time this
comment?
alumni interaction meet is named as a Nexus. It is a place where we gather old and with a new one. And we like to have the old ideas to bring it to the new people's given, and that will help our institution to groom the students who are presently here with your experience implied on that. So that is the forum which we expect.
Thank you very much, thank you. Now, I would also like to make you work a bit. And sir has given me the permission to do so. And do you have someone to record the conversations, right? Because it will be a good idea when they are going to introduce themselves, so that if someone could take a photograph and... Okay, can you give me the mic, sir? Right. So it will be great to have an introduction, only the name and what you're currently doing. You know, so you'll get introduced to each other, and that will act as a great repertoire to these institutions. We could start from the right to my right, maybe the left. I do not know what is going to happen on the 19th of May, but let's, for political reasons, let's start from the left. Yes.
Yeah, good evening everyone. This is Abhishek Chakravarti.
You could stand up because they're going to click your photograph. You're going to enjoy the photograph after some time.
Good evening everyone. My name is Abhishek. I'm a 2012 pass out of this premier institute. Right now I'm working in Godrej and Voice as an assistant manager sales in project sales.
Okay, so do you work as an engineer?
Yes.
You work as an engineer, or you work as in some other role?
No, it's a project sales, so basically
You work as an engineer, right. So this is the question which I'm also going to ask.
No issue.
Yeah, please, thank you so much, thank you.
Good evening everyone. My name is Agnite Bhattacharya. I have pursued my BTech in Mechanical Engineering stream from MCKV Institute of Engineering. Currently placed as a Deputy Manager Sales and Marketing with VE Commercial Vehicles, that is Volvo Eicher Commercial Vehicles. And I'm looking after the state of Odisha for sales and marketing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, good evening. This is Asif Ejaz, passed out of MCKVIE in year 2010. Right now I'm employed with Yes Bank Limited and looking after the foreign trade business of the eastern segment. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Ankur Sarkar, passed out in 2012. I am working with Mahindra & Mahindra Limited as a Deputy Manager, West Bengal.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening everyone. I am Ratul Raichaudhary. I am pass out of 2010 automobile and I am presently working with Toyota in planning and strategy for East Zone.
Wonderful.
I am Srijita Niyogi. I am working in TCS as a HR functional in SAP area, and beyond that I am a part of the youth part of Rotary, that is Rotaract, and I'm the leader for the next year.
Wonderful.
Hello everyone, my name is Upasana Paul. I am a 2012 pass out, currently working with Lexmark as a software engineer.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Chakravarti. I am a 2008 pass out, so currently I am working with Lexmark as a test lead.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Zulfikar Ali from 2010 batch and currently working in Ericsson as a senior engineer.
Hello everyone, I'm Anik Sengupta. I'm working in Motor Technical Department of National Insurance Company Limited.
Hello everyone, I'm Mohit Bhattacharya, a mechanical engineer of 2013 pass out and working in Tata Consultancy Services as a stress analyst.
As a?
Stress analyst, mechanical.
Okay, wonderful.
Hello everyone, I am Ankit Mundra. I am working as an assistant engineer design in static hydraulics in Kolkata.
Wonderful. You'll have to get it past. That row is covered? No, just to cover the entire.
Hello everyone, I'm Rahul Kumar Das. I'm currently employed with Yatros Incorporations as a software engineer.
Wonderful.
Hello everyone, this is Bhagesh Saraugi and now I am currently working as a research assistant at Indian Statistical Institute. Thank you.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Shayuntan Nandi. I am with TCS as assistant consultant and obviously from 2007 pass out batch.
Good evening everyone, this is Sanjay Datta, 2007 Automobile Engineering. I am presently working with Tata Motors as a customer support manager and also as a business development.
Good evening, myself Abdul Alim, 2007 batch automobile engineering. Currently I am working in Tata Motors as a customer support manager.
I am Revant Ganguly. Currently I am running my own company. I am from MCA, 2012 pass out batch.
What's your name?
Revant Ganguly.
You're running your own company?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you come here. You can pass the mic there. That will have to pass on. You come and sit here.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. I am Joy Chadachi. I am working as a software developer in my own company.
Come here. No, take the front seat. You're being upgraded to the business class.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. This side Sudhanu Bhomik. I am working in Toyota Kirloskar Motor as a senior officer.
You have to move to this.
Hi all, good evening. I am Debanjan, passed out in 2003 with IT and I am with IBM since 2003 for the last 13 years, acting as a project manager. Thank you.
Hello all, I'm Sagar. I'm from 2003 IT. Basically I diversified a bit and now I'm working as in a company called Electrons Logics as an assistant general manager. And we represent a company based in Hamburg. They are like we are into logistics nowadays.
Okay.
And I just like to answer that when you asked, what is Nexus, and there's something just came out in my mind. It's like probably it's like next generation is us. So probably that's why it's Nexus.
So that you give it to him.
Okay.
Okay. So he's adding on to his things. Okay. Thank you so much.
A very good evening to all of you. Myself Vitorprata Chakraborty, and I am from the 2003 batch of MCKV, and my stream was information technology. Currently working in PricewaterhouseCoopers as a project manager. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening everybody. I am Boshupro Chattopadhyay from 2005 batch in computer science, and currently I am working in MOL IT as senior software engineer. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, this is Pankaj, pass out 2010, working as a consultant at PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shaptarshi Maiti. I am passed out from this college in 2004 and presently working in Ericsson as senior engineer.
Good evening everyone, my name is Vikash. I passed out in 2011. I'll be joining JDS office as business consultant.
Hello everyone, good evening. I am Shuman Chandro. I am the most junior of the lot. I passed out last year, June, and right now I am working with Reputed India Private Limited as a product development engineer and sales coordinator of West and South section.
Okay. I thought you were a model. I never realized.
Hi, good evening. My name is Suhail, 2009 pass out. Right now working as a consultant with Cognizant Business Consulting. Before I sit down, there's a gentleman there in front I think we missed.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm a little finicky about these things.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I am Hindal. I did my BTech from Infosys in 2009. I am currently in Infosys Bhubaneswar. I am working for a project in Australia, so HR system and all I'm managing.
How is Niladri doing? He's fine? In Infosys, how is Niladri? Niladri Bhattacharya, who's the head of administration? Yeah.
Probably he's now moved into training department.
Okay, okay, thank you. Please.
Hello everyone, this is Subro. I graduated in 2009 and currently working with TCS as an IT analyst.
Thank you. I think.
Hi everyone, Govind Agarwal here from the 2013 passing out batch. So right now I'm working with Credit Suisse. It's a European investment bank and I'm based out of Mumbai, Hiranandani. Thank you.
Thank you. So I give it to him.
Good evening everyone. I am Aniket from 2010 pass out. I am currently working with Capgemini as consultant.
Thank you so much. I think this was required, and I was given a topic on entrepreneurship, I believe. And I think we have seen that out of the 35 to 40 alumni who's present here, only 2 gentlemen have taken or have come forward to become entrepreneurs by themselves. Is it a reality that you see here? Right? Will there be a warm round of applause for these 2 gentlemen sitting in front of you? Right? Now I'm going to do 2 short interviews, and they are going to share their story first. And I'm going to request you to come forward, look that side, and share your story. There are going to be a couple of rules in the game that when everybody who has passed out of this institution that you also belong to have decided to get into companies and work for someone else, which are the factors which motivated you to start something of your own? And that is the same question which I'm leaking to you, you're hearing, right? You get some additional time to... Same company, but you will get a chance to talk as well, right? So all interested to hear the stories? Okay. Please, feel free, don't feel shy.
Actually, it's our dream from first year to open our own company. Me, Pankaj, who is not present directly, and Joy. So the basic story is we don't have 60% in class 12. Okay, so we cannot sit in MNCs as a interview purpose. So in small companies, salary is a problem. You all know that we can get the CTC like 3.0 or 4.0 in starting. So we think that we have to start our own company so that we can achieve something. So it's not so easy to lose your salaries and get some. Okay, so we just started a bit and bit. We do some freelancing work when we get the job, and after that we get some contact, overseas contact. One is a manager from McDonald's, name is Amit Dave in Australia, and other one is Jose in Florida. So actually Jose told me that we give you a minimum $2,000 project per month. Are you interested to work with me? I said, okay, that's not a bad deal. It's only like 20,000 per month, so we can move forward with that. And then we started one by one, and then we left the job and start doing the same thing in our mess or hostel, even this other. Okay, and now we have 12 employees and 2 offices around in airport, one number gate, and other one is sector 5, Vishnu Tower. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, thank you. Come.
First of all, many thanks to MCKV, which makes us or generate us the idea to develop or to make a company. So we have an idea. Revant already told us that we 3, Pankaj Tripathi, Revanto and Joy, has an idea from the second year to develop or to make a company where we can work freely. After pass out, Revanto had gone to a company, Pankaj has gone to a company, I have also worked in a company, but on the parallel, we have also worked a lot so that we can generate a reference from where we can get some contracts after 2 years from going or passing through this phase, last year we have registered our company and we have certain employees also, and we are trying to make this company so large to make a contract from overseas other persons also, so that we can give lot of friends or those juniors so that they can work with us, so they can make their innovative ideas or implement their innovative ideas. Actually, nowadays, we have their, many students have their innovative ideas, but they doesn't get that platform to implement that one. So, for that, we have started, and we will help our juniors or the seniors also to share their ideas and to make the implement and to make a sustainable development of our world. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And I think this is, there are people like Rebonto, Joy and Pankaj, I think they make all the difference. But if you have carefully analyzed what Rebonto mentioned at the start, when I handed the microphone to him, because everything has been video recorded, I spoke to the gentleman to ensure that it has been recorded. And if I would play it, he would hear it. He said, and if all of you have heard him correctly, he said that I did not have the requisite marks. Did I hear incorrectly, or all of you heard the same as I have heard? Would you please say a loud no or a yes? Did you hear him? He said that? Okay. So here, I brought these two gentlemen together. I made a difference between the people here who are all working and the people who have decided to start something of their own. And amongst them also, if you find out, when Joy was speaking, there was a lot of confidence and there was no Marx story involved in that. Did Joy for one mention about Marx? But he mentioned, so the initial start to entrepreneurship was by default and not by design. Am I right? So the question which is looming large in our country today is that sometimes we are getting confused between the term entrepreneurship and self-employed. Because anybody could be self-employed, not necessarily it means entrepreneur, one. And two, are you taking the decision by design, or has it been because of a default that you have become an entrepreneur? Here his start was a shaky start. So he was not committed to it, but now you're convinced about being an entrepreneur, isn't it? So do you ever think, because all of you, maybe you're not entrepreneurs, but all of you, the roles that you are in, because all of you mentioned the roles, I can say all of you are entrepreneurs, isn't it? You are managing your own units within your organization. So when you do that, which are the aspects you think that you need to think of when you're running a unit? Anybody who is running a strategic business unit, please raise your hand. Anybody who is running a SBU within the organization that they're working? I think you're doing that. Please come forward. You will have to come forward. Please do not think that you are only going to mingle with your friends. You will have to share your story so that all of us can learn from you. So you are running an SBU within your company, right? So you will have to share with everyone that which are the things that you are concerned about. It could be men, it could be material, it could be other resources, right? So you will have to share that, because then we will ask them that how is different the story between the entrepreneurs and the entrepreneurs.
Okay, I just brief what I do is like we represent a logistics division for a multinational company. So in our company we have several divisions. It's like documentation, we have customer service, we have sales, we have operation. Then we have different divisions, who are only issuing some documents and just some document release and some documents receipt. So what is happening is like we are working with different types of people in various set of their working pattern. So we have different, faced difficulties is like, first of all, it's basically all the jobs are correlated. So we find it very difficult sometimes, because of people attitude or mindset. There is a gap of cohesion, and there is a gap of communication. And while going through all this, what we face is like we need to go through all these phases of people and their reaction. So it's quite difficult sometimes to manage people, and it's quite difficult to manage their attitude. It's like for us, for any company or for anybody, the attitude matters most than what they learn. Because how you deliver, it depends on your attitude. While what you have learned is like is your action or your delivery. But so we face it time and often that the managing human is quite difficult in any form of like wherever you were working. Probably you are working in various fields, but managing human being is quite difficult. And you need to understand their pain, their happiness. You need to be part of it, and being part of it, you can understand how he react. And I tell you, people react differently and on the same situation in 10 different times, and 10 different reactions on the same situation. So it's quite difficult managing people and manning them.
Don't go away from here. He has raised one issue. I think Amitabhji would be very happy, because he's seeing business opportunities. He works with people, right? So I think he has given a great answer. But he mentioned that he finds it the most difficult to manage people. One, he spoke about attitude, and he has said that you need to be a part of them, understand the happiness and the pain that they undergo. And the same person can act differently under the same situation at different points of time. So it's this thing. I'll ask you another question. Do you need to think of raising finance to run your unit, or you're assured of money?
It's like, see, we have our working capital, but sometimes, we need to manage it by our own, because, we are working in region. So while I'm responsible for Eastern India, and then Bhutan, Nepal, and Bangladesh. So it's like since like the entire international business is going through very downfall right now. So managing resources with limited revenue and limited money is now difficult times. So now we don't get much amount of money from our foreign counterparts nowadays. So it's quite difficult nowadays. So we have to manage on our own. So we have to manage it by our own nowadays.
Okay. Suppose you're the head of a region, right? Can you generate the salaries for the people who work for you, or you know that okay, money will come? I don't have to think about that.
Yeah. As far as luckily, I can say Eastern India is we are self-sustained. But which is not the case for Bombay, Chennai, and Delhi. Like there, the salary, lifestyle, everything, expenditure is quite high. So their salary is quite high. Nowadays, also, what is happening, there the business volume is quite big. But where there is volume, the revenue is quite less. While we deal with limited resources, we deal with limited weapons, but we generate enough money to be self-sustained.
Your name once again?
Sagar.
Sagar. Sagar, don't go away, sit here. Right. Okay. So, you have heard the story of Sagar. And I think there's no difference from what Joy and Rebonto would be facing. That he never thought when he passed out as an engineer. When did you pass out? Huh?
2003, I was the first batch.
Okay, 2003, when he passed out, he never thought that he will have to manage people and think of finding resources to make the company run. Did you think about that?
Not really, at point of time.
Not really. Then you were thinking about Ashae, isn't it what was shown there? Okay. So all the romanticism which was shown in the video, with full respect to the video, today, after 13 years, he needs to slog and think that how possibly he's going to make the people who work for him ensure that they keep their body and soul together, isn't it? So it's not easy. So you have to find business also? Okay. So waiting to say that you find business. Anybody who does something extra will be saying something. So you need to find business for your company?
Yeah, right. It's like I'm responsible for business development as well as recruitment. Then I'm also responsible for All India training program. So it's like we run on softwares. It's like logistics runs on softwares. And being an engineer, I have certain process and thought process which helps me to train them because I learned from my experience, you need to understand how people think and what is their pain. So the moment you understand their pain and their thinking process, you can make them understand and you can eradicate their pain also. So yeah, and I also go for sales call. I meet clients, be it trader, be it MSME, be it multinational. So and it's like that.
Wonderful, Sagar, wonderful. He goes for a sales call. He raises money. He organizes training programs. He does everything, right? But still you have some people to work for you. An entrepreneur may not have all the things running for them, but they need to do everything that Sagar does. So Joy and Rebonto may not be as lucky as some people who, there's one gentleman I can see here who joined IBM long time back and has been staying there. So I'll invite the Brahmin to come here, right? The two Brahmins, established Brahmins in the world, the Accenture and the IBM. The poorer cousins could be TCS, with all respect to TCS, Wipro and the others. And of course Infosys there. So tell me, do you undergo so much of pain as Sagar does?
In a different way.
Tell us the difference. Not like the Bombay film producers and the heroes and the heroines who are interviewed on TV saying that it's a different movie. So kindly explain the difference.
So in a different way means like, yeah, okay. So as Shagor mentioned, the different, okay.
Got it. And it's going to send to me as a gift,
okay.
Right?
So it's again, managing a team is to understand your team views, right? To be a part of the team and lead from the front. So as he mentioned, be a part of the team, understand their pain, their joy, and be a part of it. So that by which you can get the most of your teams. So again, having everyday different things, people coming to you with n number of questions, coming back to you with a solution, right? It can be a marriage, it can be a asking for a poiters chutti or something like that. But you need to have your work being delivered, thinking all the flexibility you need to give, right? So in that way, it's a nice pain to have every day, which we do. But again, it's always we need to be with the team, and be with your team can only have your things getting delivered.
What's your name?
My name is Devanjan.
Devanjan, Sagar mentioned that he needs to make sales calls, right? He needs to go and look for clients. Do you need to do any of that?
We don't, but we have our targets for the year.
Yeah, but you don't have to look for business.
No. Yes, we need to look for business as part of the project for the company to have more revenue.
Okay,
So-
but do you go and scout for business from, you don't?
No, we don't.
So you're largely in a management role of managing people. Right. See, two aspects which is very common out here between the two of these gentlemen is they have to manage people, right? And you need to constantly be a part of the team to help them grow, to be a part of their pain and happiness.
And the main part is to lead from the front, so that the team has the confidence in
Wonderful.
you, right? And so that it's always you set the example and the others follow you.
Devanjan, I can make out your typical IBM guy. I can make out, right? So please be seated, right? So Kaushik Bhattacharya will be very, very happy to have you there. I can make out. Anyone who is in a who does all the functions as Shagor has mentioned. Anyone in this group, please raise your hands. Current role, anyone like Shagor? Not them, okay? They are exceptional people. Anyone like Shagor who does business development? Please come, please come, please come. But you've heard that, no? You'll have to be like Shagor. Shagor is a benchmark. Come. Mention your name again, please.
Yeah, hi, this is Asif Hijaz.
Asif, okay.
Right now I'm with Yes Bank, managing the international business banking segment for East. I also go on a sales call. Our role is basically business development as well as the compliance part also, because the foreign trade is means it's the big way of money laundering. So we have to maintain the compliance part also apart from the business development.
Asif, अभी इंजीनियर कितना बाकी है आपने?
I'll say difficult question, sir.
Asif is not an engineer anymore, isn't it?
I'll say not anymore.
Sagar, come here. I'm very, very impressed. How do you manage to get so good people in MCKVIE? Right? Very smart. They are honest. You are also not working as an engineer anymore, right? You're using your logical mind to do things, but you do not work as an engineer. Asif, of course you're not.
No, not at all.
Right? You're not. Asif, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll ask you, please be seated there, right? But please tell me, anyone who is working as an engineer, who is, please come, please come. যেভাবে এখান থেকে ডিসপ্যাচ করা হয়েছিল ফাইনাল ইয়ারে সেই রকম ভাবে কে আছে সেটা বোঝার চেষ্টা করা হচ্ছে
Hello. Okay. So good evening, everybody. So basically, it's not the yes. My name is Sutanu Bhomik. I am a pass out of automobile engineering in the year 2007. So it's not that same Sutanu which was passed out in 2007. It has quite been changed. Yeah. So I think sir can make out the difference. And now the thing is that basically I'm working in Toyota Kirloskar Motor. So I'm there working as a general technician instructor, as well as I'm also looking after some other responsibilities related to training. So there I am mainly involved in technical training. So I'm an instructor over there. So you can say whatever I have learned, that was just a basic stepping stone. And then I'm actually delivering the training, the technicalities of the vehicle, and helping the dealer manpower to serve the customer. Yeah.
What is Shutanu working as? When I asked him that, are you an engineer, or do you still retain the quality that before marriage, when the mother of the son dispatches the son to get married to the wife, the mother says, would you remember me after you get married? Because from tomorrow onwards, I know you're going to be that girl's husband and not my son anymore, right? So now we dispatched him in that condition, and he didn't mention, he mentioned that he works as an engineer. Asif was very, very clear, right? Asif said, "Main to bechta hu." That's what Asif you do, right? Okay. But he said, no, I'm an engineer. Why? Because the company has given him a designation as engineer. He considers him to be an engineer. Has he done any engineering in Toyota? Have you heard from him? Does he do any engineering there? Any engineering does he do? Please. No. he is an instructor. He could be a president instructor also, because we as middle class love designations, names, right? So if you're a president doing the same very monotonous job every day and given a Toyota, we'll be very happy because our neighbors we can show off. But we do not remain an engineer. Toyota is not using his engineering expertise. They're only using him as an instructor because he'll understand the instructions better and can pass on to the dealers who would be in a better position after he has instructed them, isn't it?
By and large, okay.
No, that's okay. Now don't become a political leader,
No,
by and large and all those things, okay?
No.
No, we don't have by and large. There's no by and large.
I wanted to be
Okay,
more accurate,
no.
actually.
So you have to wait there. Anybody who is an engineer, please. Working as an engineer, please come. Done some work as an engineer, not commoditized people, okay? Getting fitted into companies in some designations. Okay. So the green I'll have to give preference because the green is the color of the current government. So I will always have to give preference to him. Okay, by senior also.
Thank
You're
you.
very, very respectful of the hierarchy. You'll do well in corporates. Okay. Please introduce yourself and say that whether you are an engineer.
Hi, I'm Boshupur Chattopadhyay, passed out from MCKV in 2005 as a computer science engineer. And I'm right now in MOL IT as senior software engineer, and last 5 years I'm in this company. And basically in MOL IT, the MOL is a shipping giant. And all over the world, whatever the software they are using is basically in D2K. But right now they are changing it into .NET. And now I'm a .NET engineer, so we have taking the big initiative to change it into the .NET and building the framework and changing all the, basically the main software is building through 15 years. So maybe the basement is for 3-story building, but that is 15-story building. So we have to change all the database part and accommodating in proper way, and we have to have a parallel run because the software is already running and the new one is coming. So in that way, till now I'm a software engineer.
So you're helping the softwares to get changed.
Exactly.
Okay. Third, he's helping the softwares to get changed.
Exactly.
Great.
And doing the coding also.
Doing the coding also. Do you need to become an engineer to do the coding?
In my computer
The
science.
answer would be no. Acha, come. Okay, stand here.
I am Ankit Munra. I am working as an assistant engineer design. I need to design the hydraulic systems or hydraulic cylinders as per the availability to our company. Okay. I am 2014 pass out batch, so not much of experience starting the thing right now.
Okay. See, I have introduced so many people to you. I've introduced so many people to you. See, he is a typical Indian IT guy, right? He's a typical Indian IT guy, and he mentioned that he is designing softwares. He's into coding, and I asked, and there's a lot of TCS people, Infosys people, everyone. I have also spent some time in IT. I am not as qualified as all of you are, but I spent some small time in IT. Yeah, please. It's only to learn, because when you're doing this, this session is to unwind, and when we are talking about entrepreneurship, it's not by giving 5 paragraphs for you to memorize and go. It's to feel, understand, so that when you leave the room, you really know that what you are doing, whether you're an engineer or not, and how we can really take entrepreneurship to different levels.
Sure, so
Please.
actually I was in 2 minds because I just passed out last year. So all my senior bros and everyone is so senior to me. I was thinking whether I am eligible to share my experience or not. Then when I listened to them, then I thought, okay, the criteria is befitting my experience also. So what I want to share is, I am working in Ceratizit India Private Limited.
You're working in the name of the company?
Ceratizit India Private Limited.
How do you spell it?
Ceratizit.
Okay.
Ceratizit India Private Limited. It's an MNC based in Austria. So what we do over there is we design machine tools. Like machining industry we all know. And my position is product development engineer. That is the bridging element between the sales the factories and the production. So my job is to design like inserts, like designing the tools, and also consulting with the salespersons directly to the operators. Like the operators, we know they're laymen. We have to consult with them in their language, and also have to.
I hope you're not getting tired standing, right? Let's get used to standing, because we are talking about stand-up India and start-up India. So that's about great.
So the thing like you asked for, designing things that we do in AutoCAD, in CATIA, we do design things, and also we do the sales part also. Though I am very junior, but I thought...
You don't use the word junior, because let me tell you, the IT industry, when they're recruiting today, they're entirely changing the paradigm. Because if there's someone who has got an experience of 6 years and do not know Ruby on Rails or Python or Joomla, right? And if someone who has got 2 years experience and knows that, and if that skill is in demand, so I think they are going to pay that guy, and they're not going to pay that 6 years guy, right? So there's no free lunch. I'm also talking because if I talk more, I'll get more roti and chapati to be given, okay? So so the thing is this, so thank you so much, right? Thank you so much. So, see, I will tell you, when we are talking about innovation, thank you so much. When we are talking about innovation, do you consider Flipkart an innovation? Do you consider Flipkart to be an innovation? Yes. Is it about technology? Right. It's not about technology. So there are many people who would know better technology than anybody else, maybe Sachin Bansal and others, right? Is Dabbawala, Mumbai Dabbawala, is it about technology? It's not about technology. Is Facebook about technology? Is WhatsApp about technology? Technology is just a tool. Is it about technology? See, we are unable to extract or command a good price internationally today. Because if we consider our IT industry, if I'm just allowed to use this example for a minute or two, IT industry, we have largely been in the function of application development and maintenance. And we have spoken about great models of CMI level 4, level 5. It is almost analogous to a domestic help or a cook working in your house. And she learns all the cooking from your mother. I don't know how many of you are married, in case you're married, so wife also. I think Devanjan is married, I could make out. IBM 13 years, of course, yes. Until he decides to be a Narendra Modi. Achha. So the cook learns a particular dish from Debanjan's wife and goes and scouts for other opportunities in the neighborhood, because of course his wife is going to know more than the cook on some exotic dishes. So the cook gets an exposure to learn that particular making of that exotic dish from his house, and goes and tomstoms in the neighborhood saying, "Amina oita banate jani," and extracts a price. After some time, that dish becomes very, very common. And then the cook wants to get a higher pay for the job she's doing. And one day comes to Debanjan's wife and says, "Didi, amar takata kintu ekটু বাড়াতে হবে, তার কারণ 4 বছর আগে শুক্তোটা বানাতে আমার 30 মিনিট সময় লাগতো, আমি এখন 15 মিনিটে শুক্তোটা বানিয়ে দিতে পারি." That's CMI level 5. Debanjan's wife tells the cook walks into with great confidence, maybe armed with an NSDC qualification as well. Then Debanjan's wife tells her, maybe Malati Mashi or Minoti Mashi, "Mashi shukto to ar khai na ekhon." Shukto khan na? কেন আমি যে শুক্তোটা তাড়াতাড়ি করতে শিখে গেলাম না, শুক্তো খেতে খেতে তো আর ভালো লাগছে না, নতুন কিছু মাসি করে খাওয়াতে পারবেন? And when Debanjan's wife asked for that new recipe, Malati Mashi feels that her days are numbered in Debanjan's house. And that is what Indian IT industry is also facing the flack, because today they are not thinking, and when the Americans or the UK, the largest two markets in percentage terms, are saying that, can you think something for us? Because when they are doing those things, IBM doesn't talk about IT. It talks about smartness. You talk about smartness, smart cities, smartness, right? It's a story built around things. They don't talk about technical things. Here if you go to any college, any institute, sir, আমি না BTech 20 বছর আগে পাস করেছি, আপনি কি? আমি BTech। জানেনটা কি? আমি BTech। See, today people are looking, when you're going to jobs, they are looking for core skills. Am I right? So are you a banker? Are you in the power sector? Have you been in the utility sector? Right? And can you help your customers to make money? So if he as an entrepreneur will have to manage his internal resources and will also have to help his customers make money, then only you are going to be in business. Otherwise, you are not going to be in business. Entrepreneur also faces the risk. May I ask you, how do you distinguish between skills and competency? Can you distinguish the two words skills and competency? Anyone here in this room? How do you distinguish between skills and competency? Can anyone distinguish? Yes.
So the skill is which you have learned. That is maybe I have a good driving skill. That means I have learned how to drive a vehicle. That is my skill. But the competency is like I have a very cool attitude, or I don't get panic into a situation, or I have a very cool nerve, or I can manage a situation, or I can say like competency is like that competency is something which will help you to develop your skill in a quicker way, in a much better way. So competency is the core and skill is the outer shell.
Okay, so he again talks in the same language about the core mantle crust. He's never going to forget that. Thank you so much, Sutanu. See, let me tell you, I'll ask you a simple thing. Suppose you have a typist in your office. Have you seen typists? You may not be having seen, maybe you are in a logistic company and seen a typist. Oh, you've seen a typist. Okay, now suppose this question is, a typist can type 40 words per minute. And then Professor Bandopadhyay decides that he would like the typist to increase his efficiency. So he goes for a skill program for the typist. So from 40 words a minute, the typist goes to 80 words per minute. Professor Bandopadhyay is very, very happy, right? But does the typist become a writer? So that's the difference between the skills and the competency. So entrepreneurship is not about technical skills or the business skills. That is what is being taught in colleges that I've started an entrepreneurship development institute. I can make entrepreneurs. The difference between entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs are Sagar and Revanta. Very, very simple. Entrepreneur spots an opportunity in the environment, a problem, which he wants to solve. He becomes an aggregator. He brings people along, identifies the problem, brings people along, and would like to devise a solution and monetize this as a solution. So that's the difference between an entrepreneur and entrepreneur. Entrepreneur works within a given structure and a framework, because they don't have to think, and they don't normally think as social scientists as to what the problem is. because you are using a mobile phone. All of you may be having washing machines at their home. We have churned out many engineers from this country for so many years. But could we come out with one product which is going to help you? Could we come out with a washing machine? No. Could we come up with a dishwasher? No. Could we come up with a paper shredding machine? No. Could we come up with something which is going to make your life easier? No. So the issue is, Indian engineers by qualification, we would love to get fitted into organizations which have got structures. But if you ask us that, can you really analyze and think of a problem, as Sagar was mentioning very, very correctly, have you really used your mind for the last 4 years when you are studying engineering, or you have just gone through a course? So today, it's not a need for a qualification that this country is looking for. I think Sagar, Debanjan, they are all looking for good people. So they are not only looking for qualifications, they are looking for people who have used this 4 years. And I think MCKVIE is a great institution which encourages you to do internship in various places. Please use the internship as solving social problems also. See, today the world, whether the universe is going to survive or not, was discussed in the Paris Lima conference in December 2015, where we are discussing that what would be the levels of emission between the different countries, India, US, and China. And can you come up with products? Because when you go as an engineer, tomorrow the jobs that currently you are doing, all the best to you, but let me tell you, you may be very, very disappointed, but you as very senior people now in the industry who are working for maybe 10, 12 years, have also realized the models are changing. It's becoming extremely disruptive. So if I ask you, which is the biggest car manufacturing company in the world, or car company in the world, just car company in the world, or automobile company in the world, so many people out here, can you tell me which is the biggest automobile company in the world? Cannot name one. Okay. Name 2 or 3.
Mercedes,
okay.
Audi,
okay.
BMW,
Okay.
and
Mercedes, BMW,
Audi,
Toyota.
He's a quintessential middle class. You know, he doesn't want to be heard. Okay, if the answer is yes, Trinamool, okay, fine. If CPM, okay, fine. No, be loud. Okay, so the 4 names which have come is there. Go and ask a young boy who is 12 or 13 years old, and their answers are not going to tally with your answers. Their answers are not going to tally with your answers. Okay, I repeat, he has said Toyota, he has said BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. You feel free to add more names. Go and ask a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old. And you know what the answers are? The answers are Tesla, Ola, Uber. Ola does not own a single car, but it is the biggest car company in the world because it works on an aggregator model. So today, everyone is finding it very, very difficult, and the jobs are not going to be there the way you think the jobs are going to get created, because the organizations do not know whether the work types are changing or not. So tomorrow's shop floor, commoditized shop floors, right? Today my friend was talking about coding. The coding jobs are not there anymore. It's gone. Is it there? Would you love to pay so much to a coding guy anymore?
No, it's analytics and...
So Debanjan is not going to pay. Right? Debanjan here is not going to pay. A good friend, a brother to many. He is saying that he can't pay. So tomorrow, it's going to be robots. It's going to be drones. It's going to be other things. It's going to be artificial intelligence. So would the shop floor remain the same? They are not going to remain the same. So my friends, welcome to this new normal, as it is mentioned in the economic jargon, and welcome to this bad, disruptive world. So one thing please learn at all points of time, that nothing is permanent, and all the time that you need to pick is to understand the society, how it is moving. Find out problems both as an entrepreneur and entrepreneur. Don't be guided by the romantic aspect of a startup. The innovations and the ideas which are required needs a platform, needs hand-holding, and I'm sure you could form a great alumni network if that is there. And there could be great mentorship opportunities which you can pass. So keep working, but please learn that what you are regularly doing, please keep asking yourself, are you regularly doing? And don't think your salaries are going to increase the way it has been increasing. Because if the company's bottom line and the top lines are not increasing, your salaries are not going to increase. Thanks to Raghuram Rajan, your EMIs could be slightly better this year, but maybe at not all points of time. So thank you so much. I have taken so much of your time, but please keep the spirit of entrepreneurship growing. You don't have to start an enterprise, but the units that you manage within your organization, see that that organization can be enterprising enough and can do something for the customers which your competitors have not thought before. And keep killing the models that you have only started. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the great insights you have shared. I'm really thankful to the alumni who participated in the real life discussions. They are basically our real hero. They have shared about the experience of their life, how they're facing the problems and all this. Moving further, now may I request our guest of honor, Mr. Amitabh Mohan, Director HLS India, to present a talk on Is India, Innovative India, Entrepreneurial Avenue, the new industrial highway, or just a startup frenzy? Mr. Mohan, please.
Good evening. Good evening. But then, Mrs. Moitra, not fair. You've not left me with an idea because you've used it all. You've not left with me with an example. Ola, Flipkart, everything that I thought of is exhausted. Not fair. And you've not left me with time too. Not fair. And to cut on the time, my introduction has been cut short. So, but fantastic. I was really inspired by hearing you. My young friends, I'll try, I was thinking when twice or thrice I looked at my topic and I was kind of building in my mind, because when I was coming, I thought, I'm going to do introduction. Right? But then every word that he said was amazing. And someone, when you were introducing yourself, listening to each one of you was very, very inspiring. When I was hearing my friend say, the biggest challenge is manning the men, I was smiling sitting there. Think of your professors when you were in the college. The only thing they were supposed to manage were men, right? But man, you are a man now. And you realize what they were managing, right? Now you respect them even more, right? So, yes, these are the challenges. While listening to Mr. Moitra, there were certain thoughts which were coming to my mind. He did say he brought two of my friends who are into business in front, and then your experiences. I have a take on that, and my take is, I see an entrepreneur in each one of you. The one who does business is not the one who is an entrepreneur. He's also an entrepreneur. He talked about intrapreneur. That's what I'm probably referring to if we develop a connect on the same. While he was bringing up the whole issue, there was an aspect that has come up, that are you still an engineer? You know, my friend very honestly, Asif, said that, no, I am not. we are always promoted to our level of incompetency, my friends. When I become good as a student, just about when I'm becoming good, they say you don't need to be a student anymore. And we become professors, teachers, managers, whatever. And now we struggle to do something good there. And just when I learn about, one of my friends said, I'm assistant manager, new in the arena. And just when he'll understand what an assistant manager is supposed to do, they'll say, now you're not supposed to do it. Become a manager. And as we get promoted as an engineer in the ladder, and it's evident from the discussion that is preceded, our work becomes more managerial than technical. So there is nothing technically speaking about it. As you grow in the ladder, your job changes. You start as an engineer, and as you grow, you have few more people to assist you. Earlier you were assisting someone else. And when you are assisting some other people, you are doing engineering work. When you become senior, you're doing engineering and supervisory work. You become more senior, where is engineering? You're doing more managerial work. And you become even more senior, your work is nothing but decision making. You're taking business decisions for your company that you're working for. And that's where entrepreneur in you is coming to surface. That's where even your managerial skills are not important. It is your experience which gives you the guts to take your chances. He asked it, how many of you are married? I'm sure many of you are. आज मैं जैकेट जानते क्यों पहन के आया हूँ? थोड़ा फर्क लगूं. Because जब आप कॉलेज में थे, हम यहाँ खड़े होते थे, तो एक स्टूडेंट और प्रोफेशनल का फर्क था. But today, we have the sameness. We are on the same side of the table in a way. Right? We were talking about marriage, and I think anyone who's married is an entrepreneur. Calculated risk taker. Right? So we all have an entrepreneur. And when we talk about marriage in the context of entrepreneurship, it's the biggest risk of life that we take. We calculate, we analyze, and when we analyze and when we calculate, and then we say, ये करना तो है. इससे करे या उससे करे, किसी तो करना, चलो इसी तो कर लेते. Because that is where you analyze the maximum possibility, and you have taken one of the biggest decisions of your life. When you grow in the ladder in the industry where you all are working, you reach to a position where you are supposed to take decisions. And that's when it's not the engineering skill that comes to play. It is your entrepreneurial skill that comes to play. And friends, the topic given to me, मेरी उम्र आंखों पे आ चुकी है. आप में से कुछ की आएगी जल्दी, don't worry. Is Innovative India's Entrepreneurial Avenue the new industrial highway or just a startup frenzy? Startup frenzy, yes it is. But is it a frenzy in the context with a negative connotation or a positive connotation? India is in a period of transition, and we have seen few recessions and a few bouts of recession recently. That has shaken confidence that are we going to be in employment all the time? Recession is also restricting new opportunities. But then entrepreneurs are people who see an opportunity where others don't find one. Who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is a person who spends few years of his life like no one else does, so that he can spend rest of his life like no one else can. आप अपनी कुछ साल जिंदगी के ऐसे बिताते हो जैसे बाकी लोग नहीं बिताते हैं, क्योंकि आप सुकून से जीना चाहते हैं. Entrepreneur उसमें सुकून से छोड़ के an idea, a belief that he has or she has, gives that commitment to that belief and fights it out, struggles it out, and when comes out of that, those few years, rest of the years become very easy. I'm part of a startup myself, 25 years back, I started my own organization. But then I did not know it is called startup. Today I feel I should think about it and call it a startup. Today the startup has come up as a concept, as a phenomena. And why it has come up as a concept, as a phenomena, Mr. Moitra was constantly asking, do you have to mobilize money as well? Startup has come up as a concept because today, whether your product sells or not, your company does. Think about it, what I'm saying. Today, whether your product sells or not, your company does. The company is a loss-making unit, but it sells for 500 crore, Flipkart. If you go through their balance sheet, so the person who created that concept, that phenomena, is playing in crores. Maybe his product is not giving him the return, but the product and the concept is so innovative that is appealing and others are willing to invest. Those of you who are into startups or thinking and aspiring, just few concepts for you to understand if at all you ever get into startup context, and why it is not a frenzy, why it is a science. Yes, it is a frenzy because lots and lots of people are coming up. Government is trying to promote entrepreneurship and startup. Budget is allocated. Yes, that is frenzy. But why is that frenzy? Because that is the important tool of growth. New entrepreneurs will come. Government is also allocating budget because the funding for the startup is required. And the need for the developing India is nothing but startup. What is startup? Tata someday was a startup. My organization HLS one day was a startup. It's not at a Tata level, but then today it cannot be called as a startup. Everything begins at some point. Why it is not a frenzy, why it is an idea, why it is a concept, why it is a science? Because today there is an emphasis, there is funding, there is a government funding, there is a private funding, there is a concept has become very, very scientific in the whole approach. Somebody starts a startup with, there are certain levels of funding. Those of you who are aware will relate with even more. There's something called seed funding. Now seed funding is to the tune of 5 lakh to 50 lakh. And that is required for your idea to get a shape, the initial investment. And generally, that investment is not mobilized from an investor. That is either your own money if you have, your own capital, or family and relatives and friends you kind of borrow that money. That is your initial seed money. And you come up with your product, your idea takes concrete shape. And that's when you go to the next stage, and that's where comes the next level. What is that level? Angel investor level. You must be familiar with the terminology angel investors. Angel investors invest to the tune of 50 lakh to 5 crore. Right? That is the magnitude within which they would be making the investments to you. Right? And now what is this money used for? When your concept and the product is ripe and ready to go in the market, to give it a expansion, to give it a little boost, to take it in the market forward, you need some money, you need some resources, you need some funding. And that's where you get in the angel investor. But mind you friends, you are small still. And so the revenue that you get is small, but the liquidity of your shares that you have to give is big. Right? You may have to probably shell out 30%, 40% depending on your need and requirement, and maybe more to get that kind of 3 crore or 5 crore amount of money. But then that's not a bad idea. It may, because it's a good idea to have a small piece of a big company than to have a big piece of a small company. And when you shell that out, your product now is in the market, you start doing a little bit of business. Now you need to do a next level of scaling. From seed money to angel investor, now you come up to venture capitalists. Right? They're formal agencies, organizations. Angel investors are generally individuals. Venture capitalists are institutions and organizations. And that is where the investment is to the tune of 5 crore and above. It can be 50 crore, it can be 100 crore, it can be 500 crore, right? And that is where your investment you mobilize. And you again, when you come to that level, for, you may have to give 30% share for 3 crores. But for another 100 crore, you may have to probably give only 10% more of your share. Because your organization's worth and the value has changed, your own share value has changed. And that is where you will be liquidating certain percentage of share and you will be scaling up your company. Your company has not done much of a business, but it is already a 200 crore company. Because that is the level of investment that you have mobilized. And that is what I meant by whether your product sells or not, company sells. Today companies are becoming products, right? Now, when you come to the level of venture capital, there are various rounds of investment depending on the growth you have and any magnitude. Just recently, Snapdeal has made news with the 8th round of investment. There is this Buy Juice, a company recently has made a story. What are they selling? They're selling juice. And what is the magnitude of investment? 500 crore. Friends, that is how you become big as a company. And that is the need of the hour for India's growth and individuals' growth in time. You cannot be in the better time in India if there is an entrepreneur in you. If there is something within you that says, yes, I have an idea, I have a concept, I believe in it, there are people who will back you. When we were during our time, probably I was not that aware. What made me aware, you'll be surprised. My young friends like you. HLS is my primary venture. Of course, we have presence in more than 15 states across the country now. But then, just about 3 years back, few young friends got in touch with me. 2 of them are from IIM, one is IIT IIM, another one is IIM, and one of them is an engineer from another college, good college. They were wanting to do something digital, right? And wanting to do in education sector. Education is one of the big areas for startups at the moment. And when they came up, I liked the idea and I became the 4th partner with them. I supported that idea. You go on the website, it is added, is the name of the product, right? Analysis and diagnostics for education. We are doing a academic assessment, psychological assessment, integrated. We've come up with a new idea and a concept. I gave the concept, they digitized it, we put our, we co-created it, and HLS created a additional venture where 4 of us are partner. HLS is a proprietorship venture. So and 3 years back we conceived the idea. In 3 years we have invested just about 30 lakh. Valuation of this project, right now we are going for the angel investment level at the moment, and this project is already valued with the worth of the intervention is 75 crores. So even if today I sell my whole company to someone who likes that idea, with 30 lakh I've earned 15 crores. That's what startup is all about. Of course nobody is going to give me 15 crore if I'm not there. So we will be shelling out certain percentage, and with the projections that we have, in another 18 months, our company is going to be 200 crore worth. With that angel investment that we are doing. Now, we are minimizing my own risk. I'm not putting my capital. I'm liquidating the share. I'm minimizing my chances. I'm hedging my risk. And company is growing. As a matter of fact, Added, which is under Managenius Education Private Limited is the name of the company we formed. Added is the lead product. Has become, in its net worth, bigger than HLS is. Because when I did it as a proprietor, because I did it as an artist, I did it as a psychologist. And So my ideas were, I never thought I'll give share to someone. I never thought co-creation will be there. I did not organize it that way. Today I am thinking I should do the same for HLS as well. I will be able to scale it up to a different level altogether. And that is what startup is all about. My friends, it is a frenzy, but it is a scientific frenzy. Frenzy because there are opportunities. A lot of people are moving towards startup because government is funding it, government is investing a lot of money on startup, venture capitalists are more open, Indian brains are respected. So if there is an entrepreneur in you, there cannot be a better time in India to start up. You'll never fail, even if your product does. So if you are looking at the startup, probably it is the best time. Not taking more time, think about it. It is a science behind the startup frenzy which is there. You need to understand and see if you would like to translate any of your idea into a reality. And let's form a nexus. What have I done with Managerial Education Private Limited? A nexus. A nexus of my skill, a nexus of 3 of my friends, young friends, your age. We have almost about 25 years experience gap. But then I have created that nexus with them, and today the next venture is bigger than what was my primary venture. The experience of the previous venture and the skill set and the opportunities and the, we are even getting bank loan today. We needed to buy certain equipments and all. Bank is giving us OD, bank is giving us loan to buy that with no collaterals against the MOU signed with the clients. It has never happened before, right? And that is India today, progressive, in a frenzy to grow up fast. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge on entrepreneurial evidence, startup trends, business, revenues, etc. Now we have come to an end of this session. Let me request Mr. Suparna Moitro and Mr. Amitabh Mohan to come on stage and sum up and conclude today's discussions. Please, Mr. Mohan, Mr. Moitro.
I think rather than we summing up, we invite people here to really sum up what they've got as an extract of. I publicly apologize
not at all.
for taking time and taking time out of him, right? And he, as a perfect partner, he could manage to do and deliver much better. So what we will call 2 persons. Please feel free. Please come up and share that what was the essence of the evening. We could definitely say something.
And before anyone comes, trust me, if I was the first speaker, I would have been apologizing to him.
Please do come. Yeah, come here. And another person who...
Sir, Ratul.
Why Ratul?
He's a very good speaker. In my college days.
Okay, Ratul, please come.
He's the only guy
This is
I have
always
seen.
people's demand, so we can't do much about it. So come. So Ratul should start.
See, in college days, seniors do ragging, so juniors should start. So it should. Anyways, first of all, thank you for such a wonderful session. It was really great. We are almost to a domain of thinking inside the company thoughts and ideas and typical adherence to SOPs and all. So we never came out with ideas, but obviously, as you mentioned all that, entrepreneurships and entrepreneurships. We are all managing something in our own domains, and somewhere we are all doing that job. But we are not looking beyond it as an opportunity. Might be within the closed walls, we are unable to refer something. But there is a huge world of opportunities, because I know particularly many people, we were discussing a few minutes back, like when we joined from MCKV, there were a lot of IIT graduates and NIT graduates who were coming up. And particularly where I work, basically MBA people. Basically I'm not to engineering. Again, I don't do engineering in my present job life also. But their thought process that within two years of job life also, they are all leaving with an idea. Yes, obviously there is a risk factor. But at the same time, with the opportunities you were saying because all like venture capitals like Tiger Capitals is doing, SoftBank is doing, and everybody, there is a lot of opportunity as of now. Also government is also funding. We should all look beyond it and for a future, and this minimum risk taking will be a maximum gainer in future. Thank you.
It was a wonderful session. We have learned many things, and in day out work, every day we are managing people's, all of the things on the startup does. So we are also doing, but we don't have the courage to encourage ourselves. We can also start the startups. So it was very useful for me to think beyond my limit or to think out of the box. So I also may someday start my own startup.
To add in context to you, that you said that whether we are doing engineering or not, my question lies that whether in 4 years of our college have we done our engineering? I think it was we all were managing the strikes, managing fest, everything we were managing. So the managerial skills were already there. We are not doing engineering at that moment also.
Thank you, Ratu. Thank you. Big round of applause for them. I think I'm just going to say only one sentence and leave it to Amitav, because Amitav Bachchan, or sorry, Mohan, will talk, the others will have to listen. I think we have been successful in delivering the message, and that is what both of them mentioned. Yeah, Ratul, you really speak very well, right? Not that you don't. I think they have taken a pledge out here that they are definitely feeling charged up and might decide to start their own enterprise. I think that's the summing up that possibly we expected.
Yes,
to.
sir.
All from my side, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Nothing much to say. You all have been wonderful listening to us. Think within yourself what you want from life. Working as an employee in an organization and make it grow is as beautiful as being an entrepreneur yourself. Everything has its own pluses and minuses. Important is what is your own calling. Yes, nation needs more entrepreneurs, and nation is creating a lot more opportunities for us to capitalize. I would, my friend said that were we really doing engineering while we were doing, while we were students. I would just like to add a bit to that. Engineering is not a subject. Management is not a subject. Even management has to be approved by AICTE, All India Council of Technical Education. So whether it is engineering or management, both are technologies in itself. In one technology, you are dealing with machinery, another technology, you're dealing with systems and procedures, right? So but then what is more important, whether it is management or engineering, one thing we acquire, and that is scientific temper. And that scientific temper makes us adaptable as an engineer, as a supervisor, as a manager, and as an entrepreneur as well. Which level of growth you see yourself today, operate at that level and use scientific temper and the engineer in you, technically speaking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I'll say a few words. Something that made me an entrepreneur. A line that I've written when I was in class 11, standard 11. Lines are in Hindi, I hope you'll be able to appreciate. यूं हाथों से ना आँखों को ढांक के रखिए, यूं हाथों से ना आँखों को ढांक के रखिए, जो धूप है सर पे तो साए की तलाश में चलिए. यूँ हाथों से ना आँखों को ढाक के रखिए, जो धूप है सर पे तो साये की तलाश में चलिए। कौन कहता है आसमां को छू लेने को, कौन कहता है आसमां को छू लेने को, आप ज़मीं पे पाओ तो जरा संभाल के रखिए। थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sirs. May I now request our director, sir, Dr. Kaushal Bandyopadhyay, to felicitate the dignitaries of the evening. First, Mr. Shuparno Moitro. And Mr. Amitabh Mohan. Thank you, sir. Now I request our principal, sir, Dr. Ashok Kumar, for delivering his vote of thanks. Principal, sir, please.
Good evening. It is almost 9:30, so you are ready to start the important session. So without taking much more time, thank you, Professor Thakur. Let me finish my important job. So firstly, sincere thanks to Mr. Moitro and Mr. Mohan for giving us a vibrant session. And all the alumni, thank you for coming here, giving your valuable time. And I invite all of you to come to our college, your college, because you all are the source of inspiration for our present students. Thanks to all my colleagues, staff members for organizing this event, and also thanks to the Orion and Sagittarius to presenting this event in a beautiful way. So thanks a lot. Enjoy your dinner, refresh your memory with interacting with your friends and teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for attending this lovely eve. We have arranged a dinner for everyone. Before leaving for dinner, may I request all our alumni to please fill the feedback form. Our volunteers may collect the same. Thank you. We may proceed for dinner. Thank you very much.
What does it take to be an engineer? Multifaceted minds and its manifestation in thought, perception, imagination, innovation, skills, and the passion to push boundaries in solving problems. By nature, they are unique individuals, reductionists, hard workers, making others' lives easy. And that's where MCKV Institute of Engineering comes from. Making an engineer from a high school senior. Since its inception in the year 1999, MCKV Institute of Engineering has come a long way in producing world-class engineers.
Last 14 years, we are providing education to the aspirant engineers, combining modern technological lessons with the real flavor of classical theme to prepare them ready for the industry.
The Institute inherits the values and foresights of the renowned Mirzamul Chhaganlal Kejriwal Charity Trust that it keeps passing on to its students through their teaching. Located at an easily accessible point of Lilua in Howrah, MCKV Institute of Engineering is easy to commute from Kolkata and Howrah station. MCKV Institute of Engineering offers 6 UG programs in automobile. To be an engineer, multifaceted minds and its manifestation in thought, perception, imagination, innovation, skills, and the passion to push boundaries in solving problems. By nature, they are unique individuals, reductionists, hard workers, making others' lives easy. And that's where MCKV Institute of Engineering comes from. Making an engineer from a high school senior. Since its inception in the year 1999, MCKV Institute of Engineering has come a long way in producing world-class engineers.
Last 14 years, we are providing education to the aspirant engineers, combining modern technological lessons with the real flavor of classical theme to prepare them ready for the industry.
The institute inherits the values and foresights of the renowned Mirzamul Chhaganlal Kejriwal Charity Trust that it keeps passing on to its students through their teaching. Located at an easily accessible point of Lilua in Howrah, MCKV Institute of Engineering is easy to commute from Kolkata and Howrah station. MCKV Institute of Engineering offers 6 UG programs in automobile engineering.